these are the diabetes symptoms. I am going to start with the first one, which does not appear there. What is the first one? Nothing. Nothing. You may feel nothing, like blood pressure, high blood pressure. Type 2 diabetes can be silent as lethal. So do not pay attention only that you do not feel anything. In the beginning, what they call the honeymoon, you don't feel anything about diabetes. You may feel things that you may confuse with other things. Like when I started getting the symptoms and I had blurry vision, I went to the eye doctor, but I didn't go to the ophthalmologist. I went just to a store and bought glasses. So many symptoms of diabetes can be confused with other symptoms and you don't pay attention. If you get any of this, you go to the doctor. Why do people with high blood sugar, which is what makes you urinate a lot, why do you urinate a lot? Because the body doesn't know what to do with so much sugar. And what it does, it sends it to the kidneys and you get rid of it. And the kidneys, the only way they know how to do it is by sending you to the toilet. Go pee. Okay? Then, since you are eliminating so many fluids, and with them so many nutrients, all the vitamins and minerals are going out. What happens? You are hungry all the time. You have nothing inside to feed your body. You're eating, but the thing is going out the same way it's coming in. Okay? You start losing weight. If the nutrients are going out, you start losing weight. I'm talking about 50 pounds in 15 days. But don't get confused, because most people diagnosed with that type 2 diabetes are overweight or obese. So you might say, but Rosa, how can you be so skinny at the same time to lose so much weight, and at the same time you're telling me that people with type 2 diabetes usually are overweight or obese? Once your sugar is controlled, you may gain the weight back. Okay? Once the sugar, usually when people are diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and they have become, skinny. Once the diabetes is controlled and you continue with the old lifestyle, your weight will come up. You feel fatigue. Are you surprised? You're eliminating all the nutrients. You're tired all the time. The blurry vision we spoke about, tingling or numbness in your hands or feet. You may feel that. Very dry skin. And if you have any of these symptoms, as I said, just make an appointment with your doctor and go and check to see if you have diabetes. So today, I would like for you to take 4 messages with you. Even if you do not have diabetes, okay? I would like for you to take the 4 messages that diabetes is common, diabetes is serious, it is preventable, and it is controllable, okay? Okay. Diabetes is common. 25.8 million children and adults have diabetes in the United States. And that 2/3 of them have been diagnosed. 7.0 million people are walking around not knowing that they have diabetes. 7 million people. It could be anybody. 79 million people with pre-diabetes. Remember I told you that type 2 diabetes is something that develops over time? Okay, so pre-diabetes is what happens before the doctor tests you 3 times, and the 3 times you come 126 or higher. It's why pre-diabetes, you might ask? Why not everybody diabetes? No. Pre-diabetes is you are too high to be normal and too low to have diabetes. It's like when we make that transition from adolescence to adulthood, right? Remember the struggles with our parents? I'm not a child! You're not an adult either. That's pre-diabetes. It's the adolescent child of our chronic conditions. Pre-diabetes is also the last exit before toll. It is reversible. You can take your body back to completely normal, and you won't need medication. And we are going to see later on how we can do that. I would like for you to raise your hand if you know someone with diabetes. Do you know someone with diabetes? I would like for you to raise your 2 hands if you have diabetes in your family. But keep your hands raised if you know someone with diabetes. So look around. That is how an epidemic looks like. Diabetes is very serious. It is a very serious condition, just like high blood pressure. Why? Because if you do not, it doesn't have a cure so far. There is no cure for diabetes. Please do not waste your money with all the cures that they are selling out there. There is no cure for diabetes. I would be the first one on a plane to Mexico. But there is no cure for diabetes yet. So, we have to control. You can live a perfectly fine life. You can do everything that people without diabetes do. The only thing that is required is that we take care of ourselves. But I was 225 pounds when I was diagnosed with diabetes. I did not exercise. My diet was horrible. In that sense alone, I like to tell people that diabetes saved my life because I was not heading for a good thing. Who knows, you know, obese and without taking good care of myself. Diabetes was a wake-up call. These are the potential complications of diabetes. Heart disease, stroke, also known as a brain attack, blindness, gum disease, nerve damage, amputations, kidney failure, and depression. All complications of diabetes are important, and we have to pay attention to all of them. But you have to keep an eye on your heart if you have diabetes. You have to keep an eye on your heart. The connection between diabetes and heart disease is so close that when you walk for the first time into a doctor's office and you tell that doctor, I have diabetes, you are treated as a heart patient. You are treated as someone who already had a heart attack. Why? Because the doctor doesn't want you to get there. So that's why the aspirin, that's why am I taking cholesterol medication if my cholesterol is low? That's why it's low. Because you're taking cholesterol medication. If you can keep it low without the medication, perfect. But we have to walk. People with diabetes have to walk one step ahead of heart disease, okay? We have to take care of it before it comes. Diabetes is preventable. If you do not have diabetes, you can prevent diabetes by staying physically active and by eating a healthy diet. And we are going to continue with that too. Those are the 2 main elements. So, being physically active is keep moving. Keep moving the way you like to move. The most basic form of moving is walking. If you have any impediments that prevent you from walking, then you can use your arms. There are now even bicycles There are even bicycles that you put on your, isn't that wonderful? You put them on your table and you do the movement with your arms, and it's the same thing as if you were bicycling with your feet, okay? So find out, in your community, if you can walk. They have wonderful walking programs here at Isabela. I can tell you because I have been coming here forever. So I can tell you that they have wonderful walking programs here and all the exercise programs. You can join. You can start a walking program with a neighbor, with a friend. You can bring your friends with you. There are so many ways. Just sit down and think what works for you in terms of moving. I would like to take medication. Every time I see metformin in the morning, I feel the same passion I used to feel for Haagen-Dazs, but the opposite. Another pill. I take it every day. I wouldn't dare say I'm not going to take it. I would not dare. There is a big problem with medication adherence, especially among people 60 and older. We are not taking our medication as we should. No one wants to take medication, but we don't take medication for pleasure. Can we understand that we don't take it because it tastes good? We don't take it because it is big. We don't take it for any other reason than to stay healthy. We have to take the medication strictly as the doctor said. If you do not take the medication as the doctor said, you and your doctor have a misunderstanding. The doctor thinks you are taking something and you are taking something else, because dosage is part of the medication. You can take the same medication the doctor told you, but if you don't take the size of the medication, the amount of medication that the doctor told you, that becomes something else. Because it's not going to work the way the doctor is expecting that it's going to work. And when you come back to the doctor and you tell the doctor, and the doctor says, "Are you taking your medication?" "Yes, exactly the way you told me." But you're not. The doctor is going to think that you are not, that the medication is not working out. Don't wait until you run out of medication to order a refill. Now, pharmacists have automatic refill. They will refill your prescription for you and call you when you have like 5, 6 days. If you have more side effects than what the medication is supposed to correct, it's time to change to another medication. When it comes to diabetes, the good news is that we have several families now. So, and the same thing with blood pressure. So if your medication for blood pressure or diabetes is not working, time to go back to the doctor and say, "This is not working." Who should be screened for diabetes? Especially if you feel that you can be at risk. Okay? Everyone, especially if you are over 45, you should be screened for diabetes. Now,
diabetes is a fundamentally significant issue in our society. It is important that we control it as best we can. It exists all over the world, all over the country, and right here in northern Manhattan. We are happy to be doing our part, and I thank you, Rosa, for being here with us today. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you all again soon.